Allah made me not good at some things. I have a limit. I'm not good at accounting. I'm not good at remembering conversations. My mother is. My wife is very good at remembering conversations. Do you remember what you said yesterday? If I'm being honest, I don't even remember what I said 1 minute ago, if I'm being completely honest. Do you remember that game in 1992, the World Cup final? Yeah. Yeah, that was awesome. But do you remember what you said yesterday? Nope. I got nothing. There are some people that can remember some things, not remember other things. I'm good at creativity, not good at management. This is the thing. There are some people very good at organizing, but not very good at patience. Right? Happens? Usually organized people, very impatient people. It's the thing, all right? Because they see any chaos around them, they're like, you know. So here's the thing. Yes, I have free will, I have choice, but I have intellectual limits, I have capability limits, I have physical limits. There's a limit to my height, there's a limit to my strength, there's a limit to my physical ability, there's a limit to my economic mobility, right? There's a physical bodily limit, and that limit is a jibillah. You know, there's a saying in Old English, you can't grow out of your skin. You know what that means? You're made a certain way, and you need to know what you're capable of, and you also need to know your limits, right? If you're not designed to swim, Allah created you like a rock, and so you just bloop, you know. I had a friend who he could drown in 1 foot. It's a miracle from Allah that he could do that. We went to this place, he went on a slide. It was a kid slide. It was a slide. You could stand up on it, your knees won't even be wet. And he's like, like, what? Allah didn't make you for that, right? So there's the limit placed within our genetic makeup. There's siblings, some siblings super genius, super creative, super academic, and the other one super athlete, but don't ask him to study. Allah made 2 different jibillah, you understand? So there is this body that Allah gave us, and this mind, these genetics that Allah gave us that are all different for all of us. The path that Allah chose, that He says He guided you to a path. The path He made was unique to you. And the path He made for me was unique to me. Based on my jibillah, physically, and outside of my jibillah, my environment. This is what psychology tells us. Human personality is made up of 2 things. It's made up of your genetics and it's made up of your environment. That's what modern psychology basically tells you, right? And Quran is also talking about how within that environment, like the hadith says, everybody was born on fitrah, parents make them Jews, Christians, and that's environment, isn't it? Right? So your environment and your genetics, within that, Allah gave you a path. Now, a farmer who lives with his kids out on top of a mountain somewhere, and he has to choose the right path, his right path is a different one. And the manager of a multi-million-dollar organization, he's a VP or something like that, his jibillah and his path is a different one. The choices he has to make or she has to make are different ones, you understand? And so each one of them was given the right directive to come back to Allah to do the right thing, and it was put inside of them. This is the jibillah from the body point of view. But then there's the grueling test and the ruh. The ruh itself, meaning there's my physical limits, but then there's my spiritual core inside. That spiritual core also exists inside me. It also has a voice. It also has a say. And it cannot be found in the study of psychology. It cannot be found in philosophy. You can't find it in those studies. But I know it exists because you just know it does. That's the sound, that's the thing inside you that feels something when you pray. That's the thing inside someone. Incidentally, I met a woman yesterday. Before coming here, I had a craving for a donut. Don't ask me. So I went to this mall, and I'm getting in line. There's a popular donut place. I won't tell you which one. And so I'm standing in line, and this lady behind me was with her 2 kids, and she said, "Are you?" And I was like, "Yeah." And she started crying her face off. I don't know the face because she was wearing a mask, but what I could see, crying. And she had these two little kids, and she goes, I'm actually Buddhist, and I've been looking for Allah, and I've been praying to Allah, and I just found your videos, and it's helped me go through so many difficult times, and every time I pray to Allah, I just know something in my heart is taking me back to Him, and I'm listening to her like, Inna hadaynahu sabil. Allah put something inside you, this ruh inside you, it knows where it came from. And it knows it was guided, it was put with a guidance to go back. So it's always finding a way back. Inna hadaynahu sabil. So this is actually the test of the ruh itself.